and we tell the guy exactly, what the reason is and why we gave him that answer, and try to teach the person about it. And I've always said, if my answer to you is something that you're scared of, then don't ask scary questions.
Yeah, then don't ask the question. Right.
If you don't want to believe it, or it hurts your feelings, the truth may hurt, but it's still the truth.
The funniest thing is I sat there and I came up to you, and I was still trying to learn a lot about the pull bars and the difference between like a dandy bar and everything else. And you're like, okay, check us out. Do this, and this is what the reaction. And I went, and you went, hold on, wait, did you just ask me a question? And I'm like, nope, you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to go do. And so, no, seriously, so we're at Antioch, right? So I did the changes. He was a half a second faster. The car rotated a lot more, upon throttle. And I came back to Clay, later on that night when we were having juice, and I said, you know what, Clay? I'm telling you, man, dude, I can't thank you enough, for the support and everything that you've given, myself, as a crew chief or as a crew member or whatever like that. And he says, you know what, dude? He says, anytime, man. He says, that is the reason why we're here. And I want to personally thank you, you and Twisted Motorsports and all that. You're a great asset to a lot of racers out there, a lot of drivers.
Well, let me kind of go on what you're talking about. Last year at the Bud Nationals, Clay and I did a live interview, and we were in his trailer for.
And we're going to do that again this year too.
About 45 minutes, wasn't it, Clay?
Yeah,
and it was. We had to turn the fan off because it was making noise on the broadcast. And I'm not kidding you. It had to be 115 inside the trailer. We're sitting there like just sweat pouring down our face, and I felt bad. But with the guy's dedicated. Clay is dedicated to what he does, and we were talking about Twisted Motorsports, and for 45 minutes, and the line of customers at his trailer got bigger and bigger, and they're looking at me like they're ready to shoot me. Here with the Bud Nationals, and we're talking about Twisted Motorsports, and these guys are wanting setup information, and we had a great interview, and I got some looks walking away from his trailer, but I that's when I realized that how big Twisted is. I mean, in his area, he's really got a huge customer base, not just fans, but customer base. And looking at what the Evos are doing this year in 2016, Clay, you're onto something, man. Those cars are going to start. You get ready. You need some more help.
Well, I tell you what, we've had a sport mod that is consistently going to big races and is the fastest car at the racetrack, not just the fastest sport mod, but faster than the A mods as well. At the Mike Mosier race at Bakersfield, the last big race they had, he was the fastest car by 2.5 tenths, and Bobby Hogue was the first or second fastest A mod, and he was faster than him by 2.5 tenths. And
wow, that's meaning something right there.
Watsonville this weekend, Saturday, he was about 1/4 tenth faster in the main event.
You add that per lap,
and that says a lot because that's obviously a lot less horsepower and a lot less rear suspension. But what also says it too is the A-Mod guys have been doing a great job. Not to take away anything from them guys. They've been doing a good job. And the experience level of the drivers that are racing the cars that we've been building is way down from the experience of the guys in these new GRTs and, new BMSs and everything else. And it's fine. Everybody likes their own flavor of ice cream, but it's really hard to discount the speed that my guys have with the lack of experience that they possess. And, like I said, pretty soon, they're going to be the only guys around winning races, or, more and more people are going to buy the cars, and we're going to keep getting bigger and bigger. I'm sure it won't hurt their feelings to not have to race against the information that they're getting.
Right.
And that's what they say too. They're like, "Hey man, why'd you sell that guy a car? I got to race against that guy." And I'm like,
buy a car.
That's what we're in the business
exactly.
for,
Exactly.
Well, and that's what people do. People buy wins, and we've seen that through. I'll talk about the experience of my, what I've seen at Willamette Speedway when we went through. You go through the phases when the Shaws came in. At first, it was the Rayburns. The Rayburns dominated. Then the Shaw cars came with the 4-bars, and everybody went to Shaws. And then GRT rolled along, and then it came Mastersbilt, and then the Rockets rolled in. Now it's the Swartz cars. I mean, it's kind of like people buy what's winning, and if the Evos are winning, you're going to need 4 or 5 guys in there building cars full time.
Yeah, we're hoping we're not doing it to stay small forever. We're doing it to grow and be bigger and be better and be faster. And the only way we can do it is with a bigger customer base. So we're getting there slowly but surely. We're getting there as fast as we can. And you can't ask for anything more or anything less. We do what is available to us to do. And it's working right now, and the research is never going to stop. What was on the front end of that car that was faster than every car in the pit Saturday, as far as the features went, is
top secret.
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
So
let's put it that way. It's
well,
pretty
and that's
crazy,
one
and people
thing.
wouldn't believe it if I told them.
That's one thing about you is you're it's kind of like a never-ending quest for speed and the research, and you're almost obsessive about you're so technical when it comes to the setup, and I think that's one reason people really appreciate what you do with the craftsmanship and the car setup, and that's going to go a long ways with you.
So with that said, with that said, are we going to set up for another live interview or another interview once we get down there to Bakersfield?
Oh, absolutely, and hopefully it's after the races, after we got a couple trophies sitting around.
Absolutely.
So next big question for you, okay? Clay Daly, Moxie Media and Promotions. I got a bunch of big stickers here for you. What is it going to take for you to have to go to the bathroom or whatever like that and come back and have one of those on your car?
I'm sure we can work something out.
I know we will. Ladies, so before we get off here, we're going to go to another commercial break here in just a second. How can people get a hold of you, Clay, with Twisted Motorsports?
We have a shop line that can call anytime, actually, 24/7. It's the shop is located at my house here in Salinas, and I give people this phone number to reach me 24/7 because sometimes racers have odd work schedules or they have, things that they got to do. And before they know it, it's, 9, 10 o'clock at night, and their normal source for parts or help or questions is unavailable. So we try to keep it, 24/7. And you can pretty much get a hold of me anytime on that number. And it's 831-663-3329. And I give everybody my cell phone as well, and that's 831-254-8572. And if you can't get a hold of me on either one of those, then I'm probably dead.
Well, we'll go online. We'll go online, Clay, and we'll steal your Twisted logo, and we'll put those numbers up for you on Moxie Media Promotions as well, and kind of see if we can't do something for you that way to drive some business to the shop. And we appreciate your time coming on Northwest Dirt News and talking Bud Nationals and racing, and we will see you at the Bud Nationals in
less than 24 hours, big guy.
Bring your A game, buddy.
31st annual. You ready?
Yeah,
you ready?
We'll be there. We'll be there early too. We'll be the first people there.
Well,
I believe it.
We fly out of Portland at 10 something tomorrow morning, and we'll get into Bakersfield and stuff about 1 o'clock or so.
You're going to be the first people there.
Yeah, see. Well, I believe we're going to go to the hotel and stuff first, and probably go eat something. But
have some waffles.
Have some waffles. We'll have to tell you that story. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Clay. Wow. I'll tell you what, man. He never stops. It is such a blessing, man, to have you on Northwest Dirt News. Each and every time, man, something new comes on at Twisted Motorsports, you can call us. Let us know. We'll post it on Moxie Media.
Absolutely.
And you're family to us, and you can call at any time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wish more of the Oregon guys were coming. I wish Colin and Joey and all them guys were coming, Trevor. But it's a long haul, and it's things are just. The way racing is anymore is, it doesn't make sense to race for some of these purses, but, they got a good purse, so we're going to be happy to have any Northwestern car we get, in attendance. So it'll be fun either way. Like I said, we like to talk a lot of smack, so hopefully nobody gets too offended by it and they just come down and race us.
It's going to be a great weekend, and we look forward to talking with you, Clay. We're up against the clock here for commercial break. We will see you Friday.
Absolutely.
All right, buddy. Take care. Thanks for calling.
All right, thanks.
See you, Clay.
Always fun to talk with that dude.
I love Clay. Dude, he's so fun. I'm telling you right now, it is after the races are done, that dude is still.
Oh
I'm
man.
just gonna- I'm
Okay.
just
So
gonna-
Claire Cup. Claire Cup.
Oh yeah, let's hear about this.
Oh boy, this is funny.
No,
This is
all
funny.
I'm gonna say is after the races were you there? No, you
Oh,
were,
yeah.
you were there.
Yeah.
After the races,
It's
we
no
went
more
to
PG.
we went out to Denny's to have some dinner, and who did we bump into?
Mr. Clay Daly
Yep.
and his group.
His group. What he didn't know was his car owner and his wife was sitting in this. They were there having dinner before he was, and Clay and his guys come walking in, and they sat in a
They had some juice.
they sat in a sports bar.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to put any details on the air, but Cindy and I went back and hung out with Clay and his wife and some of his people, and it was fun.
It's always. It's always.
Yeah, if you've hung out with Clay Daly, you've lived a little bit.
You've lived.
boy.
You might have knocked about 10 years
You
off
might
your
have.
life, but
You
I'll tell
might
you
have.
what, you will have a memory and a story.
You sure
just
do.
like I did when I went down. That's
And
been
it's
3
a
years
story
ago.
that you're not going to put on the air. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh,
There's
right.
a reason I'm over here keeping my mouth
Yeah,
shut.
he was there. Yeah, yeah.
all
Let's
right,
go to
ladies,
commercial.
We're
and-
going to go to commercial, and then we'll be right back.
All right. Hi, I'm Corey with my wife Sandy. We'd like to invite you to Jetstream Aqua Massage. At Jetstream, you get a quality massage, nobody touches you, and you don't get wet. Best of all, it's only $1 per minute. Come see what it's all about.
I've been coming in here about 3 times a week for the last 6 months, and it's just a whole new world when I walk out of here. I highly recommend this place. $20 for 20 minutes, unbeatable.
Crockers Cars, located in Lebanon, Oregon. We've been providing the finest pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, RVs since 1983. Crockers Cars has been in business for 31 years, offering quality used vehicles. With our experience and professionalism and the no-hassle buying, customers really do come first here at Crockers Cars. Crockers Cars, where quality is the difference. Give us a call, 541-258-2175, or look us up on the web, crockerscars.com, for a full line of inventory. And make sure you mention that you heard it here on Northwest Dirt News. Are you tired of low wages? Have you ever thought about getting a commercial driver's license? Then let Northwest Trucking Academy, located in Tangent, Oregon, be your source. Earn up to $800 to $1,200 a week. At Northwest Trucking Academy, our trained instructors are ready to help you make the transition towards the road. In as little as 4 weeks, you can have the skills it takes for a new career. Classes begin on the first Monday of every month, so give us a call at 541-248-3461 or look us up on the web at nwtruckingacademy.com. And make sure you let them know that you heard it right here on Northwest Dirt News. At Tommy's Transmission, professional, reliable service is more than just our tagline. It's our way of life. We're your one-stop shop. At Tommy's, we take care of you just like family because we live here, right here in your neighborhood. Fixing cars is what we do, but keeping you on the road and keeping your family safe is what we're about. No matter what you drive, at Tommy's Transmissions, we'll provide the security your family needs. At Tommy's Transmissions, where professional, reliable service is guaranteed. Remember, at Tommy's Transmission, home of the good guys, off of Baseline in Hillsboro, 503-746-7891. And make sure you let them know that you heard it right here on Northwest Dirt News. Each October, the best of the best dirt drivers in the Western U.S. make their way to the Golden State to test their skills against the California top talent at the Budweiser Nationals in Bakersfield. The Budweiser Nationals is the premier open show on the entire West Coast. Bakersfield Speedway is ready for the best dirt competition you're going to see in the West, featuring drivers like Steve Drake, Clay Daly, Colin Weinbarger, Tony Toast, Bryson James, and the all-time winningest driver in the Budweiser Nationals history, Bobby Hogue. The Budweiser Nationals is the race of the year, and it's going down at Bakersfield Speedway October 7th and 8th.
You can't miss this race if you want to